It's the vinyl countdown. We are getting into the last stretch of our vinyl countdown for 2023. Hope you've enjoyed these episodes so far, and I got one for you today. It's probably going to be as divisive as the film itself, though it was probably the top grossing film, I think it still is, of 2023. Yes, we are looking at the score to Barbie from Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. This is the score for it, and yeah, I'm very excited. It came from Waxworks Records. It's WW195. This came out November 17th, 2023. Now, Barbie is a popular, movie in our household. Everybody enjoyed it quite a bit. We've watched it a couple of times. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed the music for it. And so I'm glad we have it here today. So, yeah, let's drop the needle and get a closer look at this release from Waxworks. So Waxworks Records, yeah, we've got Backblade here, and here's our hype label, which says Barbie, the score from the original motion picture soundtrack, Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt, as I mentioned, neon Barbie colored vinyl. I know, that's a surprise, right? That it's going to be pink, that it's going to be neon pink, what? Plus there's deluxe packaging and high gloss finish, 12 by 12 insert. Going to be excited to see what that is. So Backblade, give us some help here with this plastic. Sometimes it's wrapped, you know, heavier than others. It's always interesting. And yeah, my poor motor skills, well, we won't talk about those. So here we go. Let's take the plastic off here and get a closer look at this wonderful, wonderful cover. This cover just captures that spirit of the film. You know, Margot Robbie was awesome, and I love Margot Robbie to begin with. Her performances never disappoint me, and they didn't in Barbie, and it's great that they featured here. I love how it's through the mirror. That's a pretty interesting angle to take with it, and I like that quite a bit as well. The motion picture soundtrack on top and Barbie down here. So not a whole lot of detail, but still very much embodying that movie. And that just took the world by storm for Barbieheimer. Now, interesting enough, the font is rather small on the spine. I would have liked maybe a little bit bigger in the font, though not many in your collection are going to have the pink binding, but still, it would have been nice maybe to have that a little bit bigger in its design. And on the back of it, here we are. He's Ken enough, and Barbie as well in here in that wonderful car. We've got up here the logo, and then we've got our track listing here. 18 tracks altogether, which is exciting. I'm very interested to hear that. Our credits here for the vinyl production, and as well as the credits for the film down at the bottom. So pretty straightforward release here, though. Let's see what's inside now. Oh, there's the 12 by 12 insert. Let's take a look at that first. Well, yeah, look at that. Credit for the whole score in here, as well with the vocalists, what tracks they were on, the UK orchestra, the choir, the Hollywood Studio Symphony. So yeah, they got a number of different talented groups involved in doing the score for this. And then, oh, check that out. That's what, hey, that kind of blends right into the sleeve. That's a wonderful picture. That's a great picture. I love that scene from the boat. Now, and it's all practical in that movie too. So they like built the cardboard waves in that for them to, you know, this of course is drawn as well, but still, we got the seagull coming down at Ken. He doesn't look too happy about that, but still, love the picture and the insert, and glad that they included that. Now let's look at this neon pink vinyl. Just how pink is it going to be? Is it going to be pinker than Night of the Comet pink? I'm not sure. No, it isn't, but it's still quite pink. Still quite Barbie pink for sure. Side B and side A, they've chosen not to do the track listing on the sides, just listing the side letters, which is an interesting choice, but that is a great vinyl. I like that color quite a bit. A little more transparent than you might see with a colored vinyl, but still looks very sharp. So as always, we're going to take a short break here. I'm going to listen to this vinyl, give you what my thoughts are on this pressing, as well as a couple of tidbits from the soundtrack and the making of. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, looking for even more content? Then why not head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/specialmarkproductions, where we have 3 affordable tiers that will get you access to the conversation before the conversation of the spoiler room, get an exclusive VIP episode each month that you vote for the spoiler room, and you can also get early access to our videos and so much more. So head on over there, because
and here we are back from listening to this Barbie soundtrack from Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt, and it's a really fun soundtrack that's got a variety of different styles of music. All of it feels a little bit retro, a mixture of synth with orchestral, with choir. They really have many different flavors of music on this score, just like the many different versions of Barbie there are out there. So it's kind of fitting that way, that it doesn't just stick to one type of style, and I appreciate that quite a bit. It made for a very interesting listen to. Now, apparently Alexander Desplat was originally connected to this score to do it, but that did nothing to work out, and he left the project. So they decided to have Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt, who did the vocal tracks for the soundtrack, to help produce and create the orchestral score part of the soundtrack. And so I think that works better, though, because it gives it a consistent identity across either the vocals or the instrumentals. So I think that worked out for the better, for sure. And some great tracks in here. We've got Pink, the Barbie opening theme, which is this wonderful, just like throwback to 70s disco. You know, made you want to get the crystal ball out and the platform shoes. Google it, younger folks. So I really enjoyed that. Ken Thinks is a quieter track, but still really well done. You know, they don't use a full orchestra there. They just got a few instruments worked in for you. You can kind of feel Ken is thinking on that. Yeah. And then Thoughts of Death, that kind of turn around in the plot and the movie in general, and Barbie and the character, and starts the next series of events. That one as well plays out interestingly enough. It's more symphonic than the other tracks in here. And Bus Stop Billy is just a beautiful track. It's a short track, but it's the scene at the bus stop, and it's so wonderful. You know, a bit quiet, but still kind of Sylvester at Forrest Gump type of feel to it, right? And then Deprogramming on side B, yeah, that's a solid track on there. And I Don't Have an Ending is also gorgeous. So this soundtrack overall isn't that long as far as the instrumental soundtrack goes, but it's still a very interesting listen to. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm happy that I got a chance to pick this up when it was pre-ordered. Hey, I was excited. I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the soundtrack. And if you're a fan of the movie, you'll want to pick this up, because I think you'll enjoy it too. Though, for the younger folks out there, be prepared. There is a lot more synth and stuff in the score than you might expect, but I think it still has a good modern flavor to it. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble about this. If you do have this soundtrack, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the instrumental soundtrack to Barbie. Like, subscribe, and all that bells and whistles here. Yeah, Barbie soundtrack from 2023, the orchestral score. It's finally mine, and I'll catch you on the flip side.